They say there is someone for everyone, and we've reported on this before, but now we have a fresh new batch of love letters to convicted double murderer Alex Murdaugh. Boy, are they something. Multiple women, strangers actually, have reached out to express their love while he settles into a life sentence for murdering the last people he loved. Though it appears, for at least now, Alec does not seem interested in reciprocating that love. He's not really responding. Danielle H., a particularly persistent admirer, has sent multiple steamy messages many days in a row, writing things like, Alec, 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 I want you so bad. I'm going to need to take a cool shower. I'm so worked up thinking about you. She's wished him happy birthday and wrote, wished I could pop out of a birthday cake for you. She likes to wish him good morning and even call him handsome. God, this is so sick. She's even sent him commissionary money. Back in May, she said, Alec, I think at some point you're going to start reading these messages because there is not a whole hell of a lot of stuff to do. Just know that I think of you throughout the day. I wish I knew you before all this happened. That way you'd feel comfortable talking to me. Another woman, Rachel B., has written, hey, saw you were online, so I thought I'd send another message. I also saw last week a part of one of the messages I sent you on a news website. How embarrassing. I figured that's why you aren't really responding. You're now 2 for 2, Rachel B. And Louise T. promises she's different from the rest. She wrote, hi, Alec. So I thought I'd try and message you one last time. As I said before, I'm not like the crazy women declaring their love for you. If you want a friend you can trust or some support, let me know. If not, then I guess take care. All right, well, that one was at least like kind of normal. The other one's super weird. I'm joined now by someone who has just served 10 years in the same prison system as Alex Murdaugh. His name is Paul, but he's best known as Jumpsuit Pablo on social media, where his experience and tight relationship on the inside has helped him generate content and given us exclusives like this. All right, Jumpsuit Pablo. Look, a guy on the outside, I mean, it does seem very creepy. How common is this?
It can be pretty common. I mean, when you're talking about an inmate in there, I mean, especially with Murdaugh, I think the kinds of women that send these messages and are sending them to him, I think they feel since he's in there, they have a real chance with him, you know, and these women talking to him probably follow all the coverage, all the specials of him. And, you know, they feel like now that he's in such a isolated and hopeless situation, they could be that one ray of hope to him. And I think that's pretty exciting to them. I think that's what it is.
Are you surprised that he's not reading the letters, at least from what we can tell? I mean, he's obviously receiving them on a tablet, but I mean, I would think he'd be bored. Are you surprised he's not reading them?
Well, he is reading them from the tablet data we get. He's logging into his messaging feature of the tablet to read them, but he's not responding. If he was, we'd know. Just like we see the ones coming in, we'd know if there were any going out, but there are none. Do I think that's maybe a matter of time before he does? From my looking into just how he's doing his time in there, I think a lot of this may change after his appeals are over. Then he might want to get more comfortable and start responding to some of these women.
Yeah, just maybe just like out of boredom at that point. It's interesting. The one woman like acknowledges that her messages have been on the news. It's like they know that they're going to become public.
Right. You know, and they know that the public's keeping an eye on this stuff. They know how the majority of people are probably going to feel and view these messages being sent and what they're saying. And I think part of them deep down knows they don't have any business sending these messages, but it's not enough to deter them, and they just can't help themselves when it comes to that.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the motivation, because like in a sick way, I mean, if you had like a crush on him, which is hard enough to think about, but if you did, like, what's the point of the guy is going to be in jail forever? Like, I still don't understand. Like, is it boredom? Is it sort of like a hobby? Like, what's the motivation? Do you think?
I think maybe part of it. It's just exciting to them. Maybe the taboo-ness. Maybe just it's the fact that they shouldn't be doing it. You know, I think they like to feel like all of his attention is going to be focused on them. You know, I don't know what drives them, but there's a lot of women interested in it.
Do we know anything else, Jumpsuit Pablo, about like what he's doing in prison? I mean, you put in a lot of these open records requests, you get the exclusives. Are there any pictures on the tablets? Like, is there anything else? I mean, there's a picture right there. Wow.
This is a pretty.
What's going on there? I wasn't expecting that, Jumpsuit Pablo.
Well, you know, I've been in these same prison cells for a decade straight, and I can tell you from the construction of the cells, he's on the toilet right now. That's just a fact.
Oh,
now,
God. First the love letters, now the toilet. I mean, come on.
How is he passing his time on the toilet with this tablet?
Oh,
well,
no.
When I looked at the data, it showed that he had logged in at this exact moment for the purpose of playing a video game. You can play video games on these. And when I looked into what exact video game he's playing, because it does show that.
You can play video games in prison?
On these tablets, you can watch movies, video games, all kinds of stuff, radio. He loves to play a very certain game that's all based around money making. Which knowing him is not surprising.
Well, listen, we're going to have you back on Jumpsuit Pablo because this is interesting stuff.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.